This is a 3-minute, 31-second sample clip from Professor Eugene Lieber's 45-minute lecture, Early Industrial Era, from his lecture series, American Presidents. The sample theme is, how was the election of 1876 stolen from Samuel Tilden, and why the Compromise of 1877, which is part of the deal, all but ends the moral issue of concern for the ex-slaves.
In 1876, a presidential election is held. The Republican candidate, Rutherford B. Hayes, the candidate for the Democratic Party, Samuel Tilden, governor of New York. Tilden won the election. No question, but Tilden won the election. If we've never heard of President Tilden, that is because the election was stolen. Stolen. That's stronger word. What happened basically was that there were 3 southern states which are now back into the Union, where the vote count was in question. It is fairly clear, not fairly, it is quite clear to historians that Tilden won those southern states. But Republican Party strategists calculated that if they could claim those 3 states, that Hayes could win the electoral vote by 1. The fact that Tilden won the popular vote does not matter in the Electoral College, but that Hayes could be the victor by 1 electoral vote if those disputed states went into the Republican column. Disputed elections go to the House of Representatives, a commission is formed, and ultimately votes to accept the Republican returns and declare Hayes the president. Stolen, and blatantly so. But in fact, the deal was in that made Hayes president. It's known as the Compromise of 1877. And that Compromise of 1877 in its various parts will be the end of this period we call Reconstruction. The elements of the compromise? Well, the Republican Party gets the big prize. They keep the presidency with Hayes. They get that, and they want that more than anything. What does the other side get? Well, the Democrats get a cabinet position, postmaster general, with all the patronage jobs that comes with that. Promise of a railroad through the South. But the main thing that occurs is the removal of Union Army troops from the South. They had been there for whatever it was worth, protecting, to the degree that they did so, protecting those blacks in those small farms during Reconstruction. And perhaps it was naive of those small black farmers to rely indefinitely on the Union Army troops to be there indefinitely to protect them. In any case, part of the Compromise of 1877 was the removal of those troops. In other words, the moral issue of concern for the ex-slaves has all but disappeared.